Three friends, Jake, Lily, and Max, decided to take a weekend trip to a remote cabin deep in the woods. They'd heard rumors of the place being haunted, but they dismissed them as local superstition. The cabin was isolated, old and perfect for a weekend away from their busy lives. On the second night, while sitting around the fire, they began to hear strange noises outside. Branches snapping, low whispers carried on the wind. Max joked, probably just animals. But as the hours passed, the noises grew louder and more frequent, as though something or someone was circling the cabin. Lily suggested they check it out, but Jake and Max insisted it was just their imagination. Finally, curiosity got the best of them, and they armed themselves with flashlights and a couple of kitchen knives, stepping outside into the dark. They made their way around the cabin, flashlights darting across the trees. Suddenly, Max stopped. He pointed to a small patch of earth near the edge of the woods. "What the hell is that?" There, etched into the dirt, was a message. "We know what you did." Lily's heart raced. "What does that mean?" Before anyone could answer, the air grew cold and they heard footsteps behind them. Slow, deliberate. They spun around, but no one was there. The footsteps continued, growing closer. In a panic, they rushed back inside the cabin, locking every door and window. They stood in silence, listening. The footsteps didn't stop. They circled the cabin, then began to scratch at the walls, the sound like fingernails scraping over wood. Suddenly the lights went out. They fumbled for their phones, but the battery was dead. In pitch darkness, the scratching grew louder. Then the voice came, soft at first like a whisper, but unmistakable. But as he grabbed the handle, the door swung open on its own. And there, standing in the doorway, was a figure, wearing the same clothes Jake had worn the night he and his friends had driven out to the cabin. His own face stared back at him, twisted in a grotesque grin. "You don't remember?" the figure asked, stepping forward. Jake turned to Max and Lily, his heart pounding, but their faces were pale, vacant, and their eyes empty. The last thing Jake realized before the darkness took him was that the message wasn't meant for them. It was meant for him. He hadn't been the one to survive the crash.